How's it going, everybody? Block here, and today I have what I believe to be a very important topic, and that is what I believe the most important gun in your collection is, or if you should get a gun at all, it should be an everyday carry sidearm. You should get concealed carry training. You should train with it. You should be proficient with it, and here is why. God calls us to love your neighbor as yourself. What better way to show love for them than to take up the responsibility of having, owning, training, and being proficient with the weapon that you pick up to defend life. To defend life. I say defend. It is a shield. It is your last wild card in a violent situation where somebody is physically wanting to hurt you. And the reason why I say that is I'm not condoning violence. You can show love by defending others' lives. To me, that is love. That is what God intends for us. Protection. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, if a man does not provide for his family, he is worse than a non-believer, an infidel. And to me, that also part of providing as a man, as head of your household, is defensive measures. And I personally believe that if you are head of the household, your family should feel safer with your presence. They should be safe, feel safe around you. And that is very important in a home. I can guarantee you that, especially for your kids and your wife. You know, I can guarantee you, if your wife knows that you can defend her and your family, she will sleep better at night. Um, so, you ladies out there, absolutely, you should go out, buy a gun, get training, learn how to defend yourself, because men tend to prey on women, obviously. Like, protect your bodies, protect your kids. Your husband's not always around. This is a great equalizer for things like that. And is a shield. You may not even have to use it. You just pull the thing out. Guy sees it, realizes this is not a situation I want to be a part of, and heads the opposite direction. And that to me is just very important. I mean, it is a God given right. It is to protect our freedom of speech as well against a tyrannical government. Basically, all it does is keep them in check. And it is important and absolutely paramount that you go out and get trained. Just having one of these guns that are on the table, it is not good enough to just own it, and throw it in a safe or just throw it in a holster and say you're good. It requires training. It requires maintenance. It requires you being a responsible gun owner and citizen of the United States in learning how to proficiently use and take care of these firearms, because you're accountable. You are very accountable. You're responsible for every bullet fired. You're responsible for having them in your home, keeping it out of the reach of children, teaching your kids. Like, this is honestly a great way to go out and teach, get get closer with your family. For me, it brings my family close together. My wife and I, we go out and shoot together. I mean, 9mm, for example, right now, which is these two handguns. This is her handgun specifically, Shadow Systems MR920 Glock 19 clone. And this is my Ruger RXM Glock 19 clone as well, but it's made by Ruger instead of Shadow. And 9mm is inherently very cheap right now. We're looking at about 20 cents a round at most. That's $200 for 1,000 rounds. That should take care of you for a long time. I mean, a range visit, you probably only need about 50 rounds. And on top of that, another great way to train that is absolutely free after purchasing your handgun is dry fire training. And I'll walk it back, show you all clear. Fit my pinky down in there in the chamber, and she's good. So dry fire training is where you practice drawing from the holster or manipulation of the trigger, the slide, and just how the gun operates. So I'll demonstrate for you real quick. You just pick a spot on the wall, make sure nobody's over there. Always keep your finger out off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. You know, gun commandments and whatnot, very important. And so you'll pick a spot, you'll present, slowly squeeze, and that front sight should not move. 10 to 15 minutes a day, all it takes to become proficient with the handgun. And then once or twice a year, at minimum, I will say at minimum, you should go out to the range and see your capability, especially with recoil control. Some people are recoil sensitive. If you think 9mm kicks so much, you got 380. If you think 380 kicks so much, which that would be quite surprising, you got 22 long rifle. Though I would not trust that. 22 does not tend to be very reliable because rimfire technology, we can go into that subject on a different day. But you even have things such as 350 revolvers. They basically are designed to work like clocks. It's all timing. It's very simple. I mean, these handguns are amazing. They're very well engineered. You can find a revolver for as low as $200 in 38 Special, Rock Island Armory, and those things basically do not kick. And they make them so small and compact, they'll even take the hammer off, and you can fit it inside your coat pocket or whatever. The whole point is no one knows you got it. No one knows you got it. And then you train with it. You don't have to do it all the time. You don't have to be obsessed like I am with guns. I absolutely love guns. I will absolutely never say no to a range day, and because it's my passion. But the importance is you find what fits you. You find what fits your budget, and you go out, you be responsible, and you train with the item. Because the ones you love rely upon you for these things, especially you men, heads of the household. Your kids and your wife need to rely upon you for safety, for provision. And I cannot stress that enough. That is very important in today's society, especially for Christian men. Just because you're a Christian does not mean you have to be weak. There is plenty of people in the Bible who were quite mighty, knew how to use a sword, knew how to defend themselves, and also fight for what's right. It is important, okay? It is our job to fight against evil. I'm not condoning violence. Like I said, this is a last resort. I am not condoning violence. I'm talking about peace, love, and happiness. And if that means drawing a gun when somebody wants to hurt you or kill you, kind of turns into a peaceable situation when the other party leaves and you reholster, call the police, tell what happened, and take care of things that way. But anyways, I recommend you go out to your nearest gun shop. For this Ruger RXM, for example, love this handgun. Have no issues, completely reliable. Ruger and Magpul did an excellent job. And two companies I highly respect. I've owned several Rugers. But this bad boy can be bought for $350. It's red dot ready. It takes Glock magazines, which is the most common magazine in the United States. I would like to argue on that. And the whole point is $350 for this. It comes with 2 magazines right out of the box. $200 gets you 1,000 rounds. $550, you got a gun, and you got your ammunition to go to a range. And I highly recommend you do so. Firearms are not scary unless you make them scary, and they're to be respected because that is a lot of power that you have there. Cheesy saying, with great power comes great responsibility, but the point is they're fun, they're therapeutic. My family loves them. My boys, they shoot shotguns, clay pigeon shooting and whatnot. My wife, she's got her handgun here, she shoots excellent. I don't know what it is about women, but they tend to be extremely accurate shooters. I don't know what it is. But ladies, they make plenty of handguns for your small frames out there and everything like that, especially revolvers. Revolvers are simple, but they do require more training to be proficient than it does a semi-automatically. It takes a little bit to learn how to load these quickly and how to be accurate with these, I would like to argue, because double action has a lot of take-up. Let me demonstrate for that for you quick. Double action, you got a long, what double action means, every time I pull this trigger back, the hammer goes back along with it. See that? Slow, 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 off it goes. You got single action, but that involves you cocking it every time. And yes, I did check to see if that was empty before I tried that. Now with the semi-auto, this gun, the trigger's pretty good, especially for the price point, but look, got a little bit of take up right there, instantly goes off. Side goes back after you it ejects the shell for you, and then resets a lot faster. You can fire these a lot faster with a lot better recoil control, in my opinion, because the trigger is a big factor in accuracy. It does take a little bit longer. For 5 to 10 yards, you're not going to have a problem. That's most self-defense scenarios. But if you want to be any kind of proficient and accurate, because you are accountable for each shot you make, I highly recommend, no matter what you get training. Once again, I know I sound like a broken record, but it is very important. And then you have classic guns like your 1911. This is chambered in 45 ACP, my Rock Island Armory 1911. I absolutely love this handgun. Shot several thousand rounds out of it. It's a little bit more expensive to shoot, but a little bit more stopping power. .45 ACP is a bigger bullet, recoils more, but you got quite a bit of versatility there. They're extremely accurate, and they can also be had in 9mm and other calibers. But the important thing is you find out what fits you, what fits your budget, and then you get out there, train with it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that this kind of helps you understand that, like, we have a right to defend ourselves, to bear arms, to love one another by being able to defend them, whether it be in a church congregation, a Walmart, in any store for that matter. And then the point is, no one knows you have it until you need it. It is a wild card. But anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.